The monster within. It's not just a metaphor, it's a psychological reality that haunts countless lives. Have you ever wondered if your deepest fears are actually shaping you into the very thing you dread most? Let's dive into this unsettling concept. We all have wounds, emotional scars that shape our behavior, our relationships, and our self-perception. These wounds often stem from traumatic experiences or prolonged exposure to negative environments. They create a narrative in our minds about who we are and how the world works. This narrative becomes a lens through which we view everything and everyone around us. But here's the kicker. In our desperate attempt to protect ourselves from further harm, we often adopt behaviors that mirror those who hurt us. It's a cruel irony, isn't it? We become guarded, suspicious, and sometimes even aggressive. We push people away before they can get close enough to hurt us. We might manipulate or control others to maintain a sense of safety. In essence, we become the very monster we fear others will see if we open up. This transformation isn't sudden or obvious. It's a gradual process, often imperceptible to us. It starts with small defensive mechanisms that seem harmless or even necessary. Maybe we start telling white lies to avoid vulnerability. Perhaps we begin to withhold affection as a form of self-protection. Over time, these behaviors become habitual. They shape our personality and our interactions. We might find ourselves becoming increasingly isolated, cynical, or bitter. Our relationships suffer. We struggle to form deep connections or maintain healthy boundaries. The very things we do to protect ourselves end up perpetuating our pain and loneliness. It's a vicious cycle, feeding into itself endlessly. But why does this happen? Why do we become the thing we fear most? The answer lies in the complex interplay between our past experiences and our survival instincts. When we're wounded, our brain goes into protection mode. It identifies potential threats and develops strategies to avoid them. These strategies are based on our past experiences and the lessons we've learned from them. If we've been betrayed, we might learn to never trust fully. If we've been abandoned, we might learn to never depend on anyone. These lessons, while born from a place of self-preservation, often lead us astray. They create a self-fulfilling prophecy where our fear of being hurt actually increases the likelihood of it happening. We push people away, then feel validated when they leave. We act defensively, then interpret others' reactions as proof that they meant us harm. It's a distorted lens that warps our perception of reality. But here's the thing, we're not doomed to remain trapped in this cycle. Awareness is the first step towards change. By recognizing these patterns in ourselves, we can begin to challenge them. We can question the narratives we've built around our wounds. Are they still serving us, or are they holding us back? We can start to differentiate between genuine threats and perceived ones. This process isn't easy. It requires courage and vulnerability. It means facing our fears head-on and challenging our long-held beliefs. It involves taking risks and opening ourselves up to potential hurt. But the alternative is to remain trapped in a prison of our own making, to continue becoming the very thing we fear and perpetuating the cycle of pain. So how do we break free? How do we stop becoming the monster? The first step is self-reflection. We need to examine our behaviors and their roots. What are we afraid of? Where did these fears come from? Are our current behaviors actually protecting us, or are they causing more harm? This self-examination can be uncomfortable. It might bring up painful memories or realizations, but it's a necessary discomfort if we want to grow and heal. The next step is to challenge our automatic responses. When we feel the urge to lash out or withdraw, we can pause and question that impulse. Is it coming from a place of genuine self-protection, or is it an outdated defense mechanism? We can practice responding rather than reacting. This means taking a moment to consider our actions and their potential consequences. It means choosing behaviors that align with who we want to be, not who we fear becoming. Another crucial aspect of this journey is self-compassion. We need to recognize that our monstrous behaviors came from a place of pain and fear. They were our best attempts at survival in difficult circumstances. By extending compassion to ourselves, we can start to heal the wounds that drive these behaviors. We can learn to treat ourselves with the kindness and understanding we crave from others. This self-compassion creates a foundation for healthier relationships with others. As we become more compassionate towards ourselves, we naturally extend that compassion to others. We start to see their behaviors through a lens of understanding rather than suspicion. This shift in perspective can dramatically change our interactions and relationships. Another key aspect of this transformation is learning to set healthy boundaries. Many of us swing between having no boundaries and building impenetrable walls. Healthy boundaries allow us to protect ourselves without shutting others out completely. They give us the space to be vulnerable while still maintaining our sense of self. Learning to communicate these boundaries clearly and respectfully is crucial. It allows us to feel safe without resorting to manipulative or aggressive behaviors. As we work on ourselves, it's important to seek support. This could be in the form of therapy, support groups, or trusted friends and family. Having people who can offer perspective and encouragement can be invaluable. They can help us see our blind spots and celebrate our progress. Remember, healing is not a linear process. There will be setbacks and challenges, days when we fall back into old patterns or feel overwhelmed by our fears. These moments don't negate our progress. They're part of the journey. The key is to keep moving forward, even if it's just small steps at a time. As we continue on this path, we'll start to notice changes. We might find ourselves reacting differently to situations that once triggered us. We might start forming deeper, more authentic connections with others. We might even start to see the monsters in others with more empathy and understanding. This journey of self-discovery and healing isn't just about us. It has a ripple effect on everyone around us. As we heal, we create space for others to heal too. We break the cycle of pain and fear that often passes from generation to generation. We become living proof that change is possible, that we're not doomed to repeat the patterns of our past. This transformation isn't about becoming perfect or never feeling fear again. It's about learning to coexist with our fears without letting them control us. It's about choosing love and connection over isolation and defensiveness. It's about reclaiming our power and our authentic selves. So, as we conclude this exploration, I invite you to reflect on your own life. Are there areas where you've become the very thing you fear? What wounds are driving your behaviors? How might your life change if you started to heal these wounds? Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Millions of people are walking the same path. By sharing our experiences and insights, we can support and inspire each other. So if this video resonated with you, please share it with others who might benefit. Subscribe to my channel for more content that explores the depths of human psychology and personal growth. And most importantly, leave a comment sharing your thoughts and experiences. Your voice matters, and your story could be the spark that ignites someone else's healing journey. Together, we can break the cycle of becoming the monster we fear. We can choose a different path, a path of healing, growth, and authentic connection. The journey starts now. Are you ready?